Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Darkscene here. What we've got for today is another class setup for DNA bombs. So the class that we're going to be doing today is the ASM1. So in the recent patch, some submachine guns have been buffed. I don't know if all of them have been buffed, but I think majority of them have been buffed anyway. And the ARs were nerfed. I did say it in my last video, and in my last setup video, that that some of the assault rifles were nerfed, and so that's why I made the AK-12 class setup then for obviously people that might want to use other guns because obviously like the barrel's been nerfed and the HPR's been nerfed. So yeah, the submachine gun's been buffed, and this is probably the best submachine gun that you can get now. It's absolutely brilliant. It outguns most what I'm trying to say, assault rifles, and it's just a beast. So what I suggest to run on this gun is extended mags because it's a submachine gun. The fire rate's actually quite high, and you do lose your ammo like quite quick, and I find that you need extended mags to obviously like compensate because like of the fire rate, so you need a lot more ammo. You need advanced rifling because this gives you extra. I think it's extra range. Actually, let me take it off, and it should say I think it's extra. Yeah, it gives you 2 extra range. So yeah, you want to put that on as well. That'll help with the longer gunfights, like against ARs as well. That'll help you. And then foregrip, obviously, to reduce the recoil, and you're gonna need that as well. I mean, you can have it without, but when you've got those medium to long like gunfights, and you have to burst the weapon, and the weapons are not so good with a submachine gun, you want to be like sort of close range to medium range, and you just want to be holding the trigger and spraying. But then there's going to be those times when at long range you're going to need to win a gunfight. If you ain't got foregrip, I mean you can win it, but it's a lot harder to win it. So I find just foregrip helps to keep the recoil down for longer range gunfights. Now for the perks, I always say always suggest to run low profile because obviously you want to keep you want to be off the radar, don't you? You don't want anyone to see you on the radar. Peripherals are said from Ghosts. I've always been used to. I mean, that's sort of a perk that you can use on your own. I mean, it's like personal choice. If you're not bothered about a big mini map, don't use it. If you are, if you do want a big mini map, then yeah, of course use it. But for me personally, I don't I prefer the big mini map. I don't really like the small one. But yeah, like I said, you could also run if you don't want to run peripherals. You can always run blind eye. I find blind eye is good because now that it's 100 points per kill, you get a lot of like score streaks now that people call in, mainly warbirds. I've seen a lot of, and this will obviously help you with that. And then onto perk 3, I use toughness scavenger. It's my usual, to be honest. I always say run toughness, but if you're a person who is not really too bothered about toughness, you've never had it in any other COD, and you don't want to use toughness, or don't use it. But for me personally, I always have it, so yeah. And then scavenger's like a must. You're gonna need ammo. You lose ammo really quick in this. It's not a gun. It's not a laser gun or the IMR that. Well, the laser gun doesn't replenish ammo, but it doesn't need any ammo. And the IMR replenishes its own ammo. I think it's every 5 seconds you get like 4 bullets. So yeah, you're gonna need scavenger with this. And then because of this class setup's more of a sort of rushing, like close quarter sort of like gun really, like class, I find that using assault streaks is going to be like more beneficial for getting DNA bombs. Yeah, but when I use this class, I don't actually use this class to think I'm going to get a DNA bomb with it. I just use this class and think, right, I'm just going to go for like say 100 plus or really high kill game or high kill streak, and that's why I usually use assault. So I use the warbird with aggressor. You can use aggressor or defender. I haven't actually found which one's better. I've used both, and both get me kills, but I've never actually compared to see which one gives you more kills. I'm not sure what's actually better, but I just put either one on. So I put aggressor on an extra time. Obviously, it just keeps the warbird up for longer. And then I use bombing run, but I use additional bomber. But there is one thing with this: be careful. If for example you're on comeback and you're at like A or C. So say for example you was at the A flag on that side of the map, and you put the bombing run sort of across B, be careful because the additional bomber actually has quite a big gap next to the next bomber. So if you're standing on A and you put the bombing run across like the middle of the map to B, it's most likely that additional bomber is going to go over near A. It sort of covers half of the map, that other bomber. So you want to be careful that where you are. You might want to make sure that you're on at least like the other side of the map or in the building, then it ain't going to kill you. But I use that as well. That helps obviously get a few more kills. So yeah, that's it really. not really much else to this class. I mean, maybe you could use suppressor if you like it, but like I say, it just decreases the range. But if you've got advanced rifling, that might balance it out a little bit. Um, extended mags, rapid fire again, but it takes down your fire rate, but I mean, sorry, ups your fire rate, but takes down your accuracy. So you want to be careful with that one. I mean, it's, like I say, it's personal choice really what you want to use, but I would definitely like 100% say use extended mags and use advanced rifling. I'd say that those are the must perks for, not sorry, the must attachments for submachine guns. So yeah, that's it really. So this is the ASM1 class setup for like DNA bombs 100 pluses. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Try and get to 15 likes this video. That'd be good. I'll put a link down below to my previous setup video as well, so you can check that out if you haven't seen it. So I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.